Welcome to Comfort Epic number 2. I am your host, Echo Fang Grey Wolf. This is my final video for tonight, and I'm trying to find the alarm clock so I can shut this damn thing off. Excuse me. Before it ruins the video, because in 47 minutes, or 27 some odd minutes, it will be midnight. And I don't want the alarm clock to go off and ruin everything. You know what? I think I can find a solution to this. Ooh, they're hot. Yeah, the mannequin's hot too, but the girl holding the mannequin. Okay, so they're hot. There's the girl holding the mannequin. She's hot. Okay, they're not as beautiful and sexy as my future wife, the flawlessly beautiful and dangerously sexy Zeta Zhang. I know. Snowball's chance in hell is still a chance, though. It's still a chance. Always remember that. When a girl tells you that you have a snowball's chance in hell, remember that it's still a chance. Anyway, moving on. I'm just going to shut this sumbitch off. That's how we solve that problem. Because if it's off, and that way I can make this video until midnight and then power this bitch back on. So, let's talk, shall we? So, I'm a zombie fan. I'm a Resident Evil fan. And I want to know, if at all possible, that, this is my prep show? I don't remember what video this is. Nope, I remember now. Okay, let's continue. That happened. Yes, that literally just happened. I got to thinking about the flawlessly, dangerously beautiful Zeta Zhang, and it just like fucked me all up. Anyway, if you watched the last video of me explaining the miracles in life, I wanted to talk about Resident Evil and Z Nation. Not Resident Evil. Good God, The Walking Dead in Z Nation and their zombies. So Z Nation, let me address this first, because Z Nation did it, but I don't recall if The Walking Dead did it. And if The Walking Dead didn't do it, and if they're willing to give me a job and also pay me as the writer, or pay me for at least coming up with the concept. Z Nation had the Native Americans deal with zombies, but they made it so that those zombies could get in their thing. I do not recall any of the seasons of The Walking Dead ever really addressing Native Americans. I don't even remember if they addressed it in the comic books. I'm going to have to ask my cousin Russell about that. But since I'm part Native, and I don't recall the zombies going into Native reservations, and they've done Alexander and everybody, and they did a spinoff, which was Fear the Walking Dead, which is coming to an end, and then they're doing Dead City now, and even Daryl's getting a season or a show. I was wondering if they would be willing to give me a show about Native Americans and zombies in the Walking Dead universe. It doesn't have to be a big show, like a miniseries, the same way they did Red Machete, you know. And I want to be the lead, or at least part of the lead. And like let's say my Native American reservation was overrun by zombies. I didn't get bit or anything. I came home from the job and found them there. And as I get out of the car, I noticed that all the zombies are down at the powwow spot. And as I go down to the powwow spot, I accidentally get their attention by purposely getting their attention, because I don't know that the zombie apocalypse has hit them. We can even make it better. Instead of coming home from work, I just got honorably discharged from the army the week before the zombie apocalypse started. The army didn't know that they were going to be dealing with zombies. So, like the same place that came and got Rick, I could have been working for them, but I was in the U.S. Army. And I got dropped off at home the day before, or the day of the apocalypse. And as my fellow brothers and sisters in the military are leaving, they get far enough away because they're not allowed to come on the reservation. And so I come onto the reservation, but what I don't know is that everybody on the reservation is already turning. So maybe like 5 people who are surrounded at the powwow place. And then I come down there and I'm like, oh, this is new. And there's a powwow going on, but the zombies have started. So I accidentally, purposefully get their attention because I might like kick a can or something. You know, zombies move to where sound is. So let's say I kick a can and there's like, maybe there's like only 15 zombies. I mean, everybody doesn't have to be a zombie. Maybe like half the village is zombies. And the other half, we just ran out of ammunition when my dumbass kicks the can. And they all and turn and they see me. And they all start growling and doing the things the zombies do and start coming at me. And I'm like, okay. And I noticed that a couple of them are actually kin to me. I'm like, okay, what's going on with this guy? And he's like right up in the front. And I'm calling him by his name or whatever. And he's like, ah! And this shit starts peeling and all kinds of other stuff. And then instinctively, because I'm militarily trained, I punch him in the face, knock his jaw clean off. But he's still growling. And then I backstep and stumble, and he falls on top of me. He can't bite me because I just knocked off his jaw. But I'm holding him, and I look over, and there's like 5 or 6 more coming, so I roll him off. Back roll up, whip out my sidearm, and just start firing. You know, although technically now when you leave the military, you don't get to carry your sidearm home. So we're going to have attenuating circumstances that allow me to carry my sidearm home, because it's not going to be a sidearm just lying in the street on the reservation. You know, they have kids there. And so, after we get all that done, then I wipe them out and I run down there to see who's alive, who's not alive. And they're like, well, we don't know what happened. But all of a sudden, these guys just went fucking crazy. They came from down the river where they were doing native stuff, like part of their jobs or whatever. And they just came back home and just went slammed the fuck off and started attacking people. And everybody who's been bit, you know, they're like, well, people who have been bit, they're over there in the reservation medical clinic. And then you hear the medical clinic have some crashing and exploding as the zombies that were bit just zombie the fuck out. So all the medical doctors are breaking the fuck out. And they get out and they're running and it's like, we gotta get out of here. The last of the people who were bit were in there and we gotta go right now. And we're like, well, who has a vehicle? But we don't have a vehicle. And so now we have a problem because we don't have a vehicle. And also, the day before, the guys who ran the horses took the horses to go graze 8 miles out. So now we have to go that way because we have to signal them so that they don't go back to the village. So we have one guy who has a truck. He gathers the people who have not been bitten and they go out. And since I'm the soldier, they send me towards the people who ran the horses. The problem is, when I catch up with the people who ran the horses, at least 3 of them are zombies. And I'm out of bullets. I have a bow and arrow though, but I'm out of bullets. So, that's my idea. I don't want to go too deep into it because it's probably never going to happen, but if it does, I'm down. I'm so down. Now again, I don't remember if the, yeah, that's interesting. How come this one has a piece of rubber but the other one doesn't? Sorry, y'all. I get distracted so easily by strings. Anyway, so let's say that doesn't happen, but it would be great if it does. So if you're with The Walking Dead and you want to go with my idea, I want a paycheck and I want to be in the series. It doesn't have to be long. It could be like 2 weeks on the internet. So like 10 episodes. Call it a day. Solve the problem and then have all of the remaining natives who have survived it go in their separate directions to try to tell the world what the fuck is going on. No time jumps, just all of this shit happens within a week. But it takes 2 weeks for the episodes. Just like Red Machete. Now, my other suggestion is this. Because I know for a fact that this didn't happen. Alright? Resident Evil. Since I brought it up. Trying to do Z Nation. Since I brought it up. Resident Evil. I need a job. I'm part native. Let's write the story of how the zombie apocalypse that happened in Raccoon City spread it out to a Native American reservation. Now, in case y'all forgot, this is how we're going to link this together, okay? So, if you're listening, and if you're from Capcom and you're listening and you want to give me a job as a writer, I'm ready to go. But I also want to start in a video game, body-wise. Resident Evil 0. Billy Cohen. Remember, he escaped the train. Rebecca went to the mansion. Billy cut through the woods. Billy cut through the woods, runs into zombies. They chase him into a Native American reservation. 2 weeks pass because we gave Billy Sanctuary. And the character, you don't get to play as Billy. It's a co-op. You can be Billy, but you get to be the native. And you can make the native either male or female. But it doesn't fucking matter. But in the reservation, the zombie shit spreads. And it spreads like wildfire. So now you have Billy and either a male or a female co-person go through the village trying to get all the people who aren't bitten or dead out. And so they're like wiping out zombies. Bow and arrows are the only weapons allowed in the game until you get to a certain part. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I don't recall too many Resident Evil games where you get to use a bow outside of the crossbow that Leon uses in 4. So, I'm gonna put some native weapons in there. You get the tomahawk, you get the spears and shit, and you have to have at least one battle with the tomahawk as either Billy or your native co-star and fight zombies. That being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. Hope you guys like my ideas. Hope you guys pitch this to the people who do Resident Evil and the people who do The Walking Dead, because I'm an actor and I did a job. So, that being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. Be seeing you. Think of me. Push those videos. Be seeing you.